So we just want to do a quick market breakdown for the week that we're entering so that we know what kind of opportunities we are looking forward to, as well as what can we actually maximize on for this last week of May that we are entering. So I'll just look into currencies. Yes, I have some setups that I have on derivative, on synthetic pairs. I have some good setups that I currently have for the most of the pairs that I basically trade. For VIX 75, I'm still bullish. B5, let me see, B5. Was mostly I just focus on mostly that side. It's literally B5, VIX 75. They're not much though. I don't trade almost every single pair. I just focus on quite a few. So B5, this is I'm still in sales, still in sales, I mean. So yeah, I'll do much analysis on synthetic pairs tomorrow. But for today, we are just focusing on currency pairs, the main currency pairs that we have for next week. So just looking at the DXY, which is obviously our first foundation, or the foundation of mainly our analysis. So looking at the DXY, it's still the same idea that we've been talking about for the past weeks now, whereby according to structure and everything, the DXY were literally bullish. So us being bullish like that on the DXY, um, we literally, so yeah, according to structure, we are literally looking at something like this, whereby we shifted up to the upside here. Then there, that's the breakout structure. Majorly, we're looking forward for the market to come towards that level there. Even if you go to the monthly, I think it's also the same idea there on the monthly. On the monthly, that's where we did our shift to the upside right here, like this. So after that shift, they gave sort of like a pullback. After that pullback, then they are realigning to go to the upside. So there, even if you mark your structure on the monthly, I told you last time that this monthly candle, we're looking forward for it to break or to close literally bullish outside of that range there. So the DXY, we are looking forward to still a bullish momentum on the DXY. Our major target for the year is literally this one. So you literally realize that for May, we're looking forward for it to close up. Then coming to June, July, August, we're just looking forward for a continuation of buys. I think last time I did show you something like this, whereby we're expecting something like this. This is for June, July, August, September, up until we definitely. So that's what I said for the rest of the year. We're basically looking forward to something like this, obviously a continuation of buys. Obviously, it might not go straight away like that. Maybe another month you can have a pullback, whatever. But ultimately, we're looking forward to something like this. So on the DXY, I don't think I need to, even if I go to the weekly, on the weekly, we are still in this buying range here. And within that buying range, we're basically still buying. We're basically still buying. We're basically still buying. Here, this was a simple push. That was a simple pullback continuation. So here we're in this range where we are actually anticipating the market to shoot up from there based on the level that we marked on the monthly time frame. That's basically a level we were anticipating the market to basically shoot up from there. So even if we go to the daily, I think it's also the same idea on the daily. You can even mark some structure there. That was a break of structure. And after the break of structure, which is literally around here, they had another pullback, which was literally this one. So overally, we are actually looking at something like this, whereby they've tapped this demand, and now we're just looking forward to a continuation of buys to the upside. So yeah, that's one of the levels where obviously I'm anticipating the market to shoot up. That's why this level here on the daily, I'm still looking forward for it to be broken up there. Once they break it up, that's when we know eventually they are coming towards or this. The other rare case scenario that we can have on the DXY, which is just it's not rare, but just another possible situation whereby the market can even come to this level. If not there, they can even just touch maybe the fair value gap like this one. Then after they do that, they can literally fly to the upside because here, according to structure, these are our previous higher high, higher low, and there we now have a higher high. So for this one to be confirmed as a higher low, they literally have to shift there. If they don't shift like that, they can even still come once they realign inside here and be bearish, they can literally take out this zone, come there, but obviously overall, our major bias is to the buying side of things. So once they shift properly there, they'll just continue being bullish. But if they don't, definitely they'll come for this one and fly from here. So DXY, that's the overall idea. Once you have that overall idea on all the pairs that you're going to trade, you even have an idea of where mostly the majority of the buyers will be focused on, which is mostly on the selling side of things. Because once we have realized that on the DXY, we're literally looking forward for serious buying momentum for this month, next month, coming to the following months as we go on. Once you understand that, you literally realize that almost all these other pairs for May, June, July, August, we're basically looking forward to serious bearish momentum. So on the US 30, going obviously to the monthly, which is where you can even start your analysis from, just to do a quick breakdown there, of which we've been talking about the same thing over and over again. I don't think there's anything new there. We broke structure there, and I said one of the levels we're looking forward to push onto on US 30 is this one before the overall continuation to the upside. So we're looking forward to something like this, of which this coming down, it can even take more than 2 months basically, because this is a monthly time frame. Can take more than 2 months, 2, 3, 4, 5, depending on how fast now we go down, and also depending also if ever we're never going to have any pullback along the way. So this is the major TP for the cells. First major TP is literally here. Another rare case scenario, which is also a possibility, is when they can even come all the way. Sometimes they can even come and even take all that previous swing leg, which is basically here, our swing higher high. Swing higher low is there, swing higher high is here. So if they come all the way there and not break it, it's also still a possibility. That's why our sales are going to be mainly serious swing trades on most of these pairs, especially the ones that have confirmed. So US 30, we've definitely done something like a confirmation here to the downside. That confirmation to the downside is the confidence that I have surely of sales this week that we're entering Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Mostly the overall direction that we're anticipating the market to close is actually a bearish direction. So yeah, next month, we're basically looking forward to serious droppings to the downside. Even this month, we're obviously going to end it bearish, but obviously June, July, August, maybe September, we can have a pullback. Then we have October, maybe November. So something like this is basically something that I'm looking forward to on how they are going to really move. It's not going to be, they might not come straight away in a straight line, but whichever way they will be moving, something that is something like this, something of this nature. We're looking forward to something of this nature on our US 30 as it will be coming down into that level. So here we've done a confirmation already to be bearish. So now if you go to lower time frame, the weekly, what I like on the weekly is that here we came to the extreme, which was basically a sniper selling entry level there, right there on the tip there. The minute they touch that tip, even if you entered immediately there was nothing wrong with that. It's actually allowed. So yeah, looking on the weekly, our first short-term target is this one. After taking this short-term target, we can even have a possible pullback before a continuation. So on the weekly, it will be something like this, whereby you're looking forward to the next week. It can open a little bit bullish, maybe just to touch a certain level, but close bearish. Then once they come next week, the other week, blah blah, up until they break then the next one you can have something like this, something just slight pullbacks as they will be coming to the level. Then once they come there, if they want to shift, they will definitely shift and give us huge continuation major buys to the upside. So on the weekly, it will basically be this level here. So that is a lot of money if ever you really maximize on these sales that I'm literally seeing on US 30. Just on US 30 alone, they are serious sales that we have to the downside, serious sells, and the confirmation has happened already. The confirmation has actually happened already. Everything that I need to see for sales, it has literally happened. I can even mark it there. That's mainly the major level that we're looking forward to, because that way there we broke, created a new high, then eventually we shifted there. If you notice here, they didn't change anything to the downside. They were still bullish. So there now, that shift that we have to the downside, it's a good shift that can literally give us very good, beautiful trades to the downside. Because also here, another additional point is that here, if they are going to still remain bullish on this internal structure, which is basically our minor structure in this case, right? Minor structure is still bullish, remember. So if they come here and go up, minor structure will still be bullish. But to prove to you that minor structure is now bearish, fully bearish, I mean. So yeah, what they've done, they've just shifted to the downside. That shift to the downside has made that a higher high of our our structure there. So them coming here, they can even still buy like that, right? So the current sales that we have, they are still good sales that are. So our first target, I'm saying, is this. And once we have our target like that, even if you go to the daily, obviously that was where our shift happened, overall change of character to the downside. That's what it happened there. So after it happened, we literally had a major pullback to the upside. After the major pullback to the upside, those in the class, they are aware of even something like, let me mark something here that they can even recognize. Whereby once we shift, if you notice here, our main shift here, it's literally here. Yeah, it's actually there where I put it, because there that was a break. After the break, then they created a new high, came and obviously changed character there. So here, that's my change of character, the downside. After my change of character, they literally came back to my leg. So here I have a leg. This was a leg that was formed. Then here they also came and formed this as a leg. So now they've literally also shifted up there. They've also shifted there and made that a leg based on the shift that has literally happened right there. The candlestick shift that has happened there to the downside, or the structure shift that has happened there. It's literally the confirmation there. The confirmation has literally happened. It has actually happened. So here, according to that short shift there, let me just mark something there, which is literally, I can even put it here or even here. Let me just put it here. Okay. So if I put it here, that's my shift to the downside. So now this is our structure, and our trading range or our selling range for this coming week, starting from Monday, is literally this one. The current, so on Monday, if you are going to enter any sales, they are going to be within this range. So even the buys that are going to be counter buys, they are also going to be within this range. They're never going to exceed this range. So if they're going to give us a pullback before a continuation, they will pull back within this range. Once they pull back and they come to that level and they realign to be bearish, we take our sales from there. And those sales, we expect them to come out of the range, maybe get another pullback before a continuation to our first major target, which is literally here. So the buys that you might experience, they might just be short-term, just short-term buys into which will be a reversal to confirm this shift. That shift to the downside, obviously, they can even give you this a reversal. Then they come there, they realign, then you take sales. So mostly, if I'm going to mark some of my major entry levels for this week that we're entering, I'm expecting a serious selling from there. Serious sales from there, which our major target number one is this one. Obviously, I'm expecting to be broken. So it can even go beyond that. If you look left here, we have sort of like a level there, which is an institutional zone. You can even call it an institutional demand, whatever you want to call it. But it's also a level that they can also. So that's how far we're going to hold all those sales that are going to enter. So any trade we are going to take for this coming week on USD, everything is calculated. There's no guesswork whereby we just take any trade randomly. So that's our range there that I marked on the daily, even on the 8 hour. It's also confirming the same thing. It's also confirming the same idea, confirming the same idea. So this is the level. So even if now, let's say even if, because this is the daily range, that the one in green here. That's a daily range, it being a daily range. So yeah, we're expecting around here, we can get nice sells from here. So just in case now you see something like, you see the market stretching to this level, right? They can actually do that as well, but they can even stretch this move to that level. Then eventually you see them closing below, still inside that, because it being a daily range like that, you definitely see on the daily to appear like a weak rejection there. So they can even stretch to that level. So if they stretch to that level, you definitely take sniper sells from there. If they don't stretch there, it's also fine. Once they come here and you see that shift, structure shift, you basically take your sells from here. So here and there, those are two major selling points that we're looking forward to for this week that we're entering. So here, this range that I have here, basically currently also stating also, maybe if I'm just going to add a certain just a simple thing here, like here you can see they tap the level. Most likely we can have our reversals from there. All we need for a reversal are simply confirmations to the downside. Once we see those confirmations to the downside, to the upside, I mean. So on the 4 hour, literally here, someone is looking forward to let me just refine this like this. Was on the 4 hour. The good part that I like now about the 4 hour is that even that level on the 4 hour, you literally realize that one was tapped. So just they might not even come there. And here they can just come and tap exactly around here. Once they tap there, once we see the shift, we take ourselves. So for the buys now, all we are looking forward to, we're looking forward to a shift there, a shift to the upside, a shift of structure to the upside. So here inside here, we literally have to shift fully to the upside. Shift fully to the upside. One thing that I like about the 1 hour, it has also additional information that we can actually utilize to our advantage, in the sense that if you notice here, there was sort of like a shift to the upside, shift to the downside there. So here that was considered a leg, a leg, a leg like that. And here, let me see, did we shift fully? Let me see. Sort of like a shift as well. So they can also look at this as a leg and that as a leg, to an extent that even this push to the downside, if you look at how they were respecting structures to the downside, the highs and lows, that was still being respected. So here now, we now have sort of like this again. It's the same thing with this shift here, where you would have bought. It's the same thing here as well. So potentially here, there is a potential of us getting these reversal buys to the upside into these levels that we have there. On the 1 hour, I can even refine the level to here, where we're going to sell somewhere around here, like that. So potentially, we're looking forward to some buys. Obviously, Monday, Tuesday, it can buy from Monday, and even Tuesday, it can still be buying into that zone. So depending on also how fast it buys, it will also depend on also how fast it will buy like that. So yeah, if we're going to mark some structure here, that was a push, that was a pullback here. They did another further push here, made those new highs, came back to the same zone. So from there, they can even give us something like this. They can literally give us something like that, right? So all we now need here, we're on the 1 hour. We can even stretch down to 30 minutes. We can even stretch down to 30 minutes. 30 minutes, this is it. On 30 minutes, I like the structure formations that are even coming into play there, where you have this as a leg, you have that as a leg, and also we can even say that's a leg as well. So where it is, potentially we're looking forward to beautiful buys on Monday there. Let me see 15 minutes if ever there's anything that we can say we can wait for, if ever there's anything to wait for, if ever there's anything that needs us to wait for it. So potential on Monday, once we close above this level, we can even start buying US30. Once we close above this zone here, we can even buy US30. Then once we take out this level, you can even protect the trades that you'd have entered right there. So right here, once we have full candlestick close above that level, we can even buy US30. Once we buy there and we come and break this structure, you can even protect all these trades that you'd have bought here or that you'd have entered there. Then you just hold now to the upside there, because obviously it won't go in a straight line, but it will definitely go in form of a trend. So yeah, I like the way it's been picking up momentum to the upside. I like the way it's actually picking up momentum to the upside. So yeah, if you look at structure well, yeah, they failed to break, they came down again. So overall, they did something like this, like that, like that, like that, which is something like this. So we're expecting the next break to come. Maybe they can even stretch it to here. Then maybe have another slight pullback before. So something like this potentially. Obviously, when they come into that level, expect them to pick up momentum, and they, even once they're in the level, expect them now also to lose momentum once they get inside there. Right. So that's going to be our first trade idea for Monday on USD. Once we buy there, you can even put your stop loss here. Then you wait for this break to happen. Then once they come around there, they can even give you another reversal around there. So once we enter there, the main focus, or the main TP, basically, we're looking forward to this level up there. Once we reach those levels, we're looking forward to serious swing sells to the downside. The swing sells are the main idea. The buys will basically be short reversal buys. Short is really the main trade of focus, but it will just be those short-term reversal buys to tap into those levels. So those are the two main trade ideas that we're looking forward to on US30 from Monday. We're looking forward to some buys. You just need to wait for that candlestick confirmation that I showed you there. Once you see it, so here, if I'm going to properly put this, it's actually here. And here, our new high was literally here. Then they came and made another low here. So now they came back to the low. They didn't take it out. So once they close above this candle here, or that level that I marked, we'll definitely take buys from there. US30, that's it. Nothing much to add on to that. If you missed any point, we are going to actually upload the video so that you can watch it again and actually get to understand our overall expectations, or our overall trades. GU are currently in sales. Personally, I'm still in sales. I have swing sales on GU that I'm in. Let me just see if I can expand the analysis so that you see also why I'm still having a bias of sales, or the bearish bias that I have on GU. So GU, looking at the monthly, you will literally realize that they literally broke structure down here, right? You can say that's your break of structure like this, your break of structure like that. And then if they're going to keep on coming, you're literally looking at something like this as a target, something like that. Right. So overall now on GU, let me see if I can also expand the idea of what they are most likely also going to do even in the long run. Because in the long run now, I'm looking forward to, if you look at what happened there, okay, or let me just mark it from the left first. I believe it's actually better like this. They literally broke there. Then they did a major pullback, which didn't come there. Then they literally, so overall, they are still looking forward to close below this. I had someone talking some some things saying, GU won't even come below the 1.00. It's not really like that. They can even still come and even close below it before even the overall reversal to the upside, right? They can still come back there on that lowest point. There they came, they didn't close below it. They can still come and close below it. That's why, hence why the bearish bias that I have. So yeah, those are some legs here that I have. Swing set, swing lower high, swing lower low, swing lower low there. So right here, I can safely say that we now have a swing because here the confirmation to the downside was literally around here. And now here, where is the confirmation for sales? The confirmation for sales in this case, we can even say it literally happened. Where is it? Let me mark my highs. There they broke. They came down, created this new high, then they broke, then they did whatever they did, they came back, then they literally shifted right here. That shift to the downside can literally actually give us good sales to the downside on GU. So that is a first confirmation to the downside. Then the second one is literally here when they came to this level here and they literally closed. If you check the body there, it literally closed below this level here. Obviously not fully, but they literally, you can definitely see that there's a part of the body that is literally down there, which is what is if you go to the weekly and the daily, I believe it's even more better or more visible. So that was our change of character or our shift to the downside, making that a leg. So our first target for sales is this one, right? Then here, when they arrived into this level, they were still bullish. I remember even talking about the even this huge pullback before it even started. When it actually started from November there up until this level, I did speak about this move. In the if one of the days by any chance you find yourself in the mentorship class, even those that are in the mentorship class, they are aware of a video where we actually did speak about these buys before they even got there. So even the sales, we are coming back now publicly and even showing you the sales before they even come back here to prove to you that everything that we are talking about here, these are not gymnastics where we are just coming here and talking things that we don't know or talking things that we we just learned yesterday. No, these are things that, so yeah, overall, we also did shift down here, right? So the main idea for sales is very solid. Confirmed here, they've also confirmed it here. So confirming it here, we have something like this. I have something like that as a leg. I still have that as a leg to the downside. Then that's a leg. Uh, something like this. Right. So this is my structure. So this being my structure like this being my structure like this, I'm not expecting the market to close above this whole entire zone there. This whole entire zone. Even if I'm going to mark the range on the monthly, the range on the monthly is literally this whole level. So it means you basically sell up until we get out of this yellow box. So you can even sell up until we get out of this whole yellow box. Outside there, that can actually be your first TP, then this one's second TP. But so just going back here where the market is, that's currently we're looking forward to sales on that region. Then once we come and we break here, we're looking forward to continuations up until we break there and we come here. So having marked our major structure, our major analysis on the higher time frames like that, even if you come on the daily, most of the levels up there, they have been mitigated. So my last level, which is unmitigated, is this one. So I can just put it like here. So after a mark like that, another important thing that must also, or that you see taking place, that is going to be a good thing to our entire trade. What I like here on the daily now is that here, if you look at all the highs and lows as we're going up, the lows were never taken out. Then we got to a level like we have there, we took out the high, and its low is this one, right? And that candle that took out our high is literally this one. So even here, they now came and took out something like our low here on the daily. So that this confirmation is also a good confirmation because it can literally give us sales within this whole level here. So I can even lower down my whole zone from that to even here to understand that 4 hour, 1 hour, 2 hour, 30 minute, 15 minute, once we get solid on the daily, obviously that will come later. That break will come later. But on the lower time frames, so on the daily, once you see that break, that's just good additional solid confluence that would just tell us that now, yeah, we are definitely now cruising to the downside. So I can just leave that daily level like here. This is my daily level like here, which must be taken out. I can just label it like here. So on the 4 hour, 1 hour, 2 hour, 30 minute, once we get that shift there in that whole level up there. Personally, I'm in sales. I believe also some of the guys in the VIP, they're still also in sales because we're in a swing trade there, which is a swing sell actually. So here, that's my daily level like that, right? Um, Let me mark this also as a daily level like that. Right. So when I come lower, 4 hour time frame, we did shift here. We came here. We broke here, right? Then the market went up, came down, went up, went up, went up, went up. Then here they've also shifted there, right? That's a leg. It being a leg, which is good. They've also shifted here. So that's why this daily level is also very fundamental to our sales on GU. Very, very fundamental. So this is my current structure or my current analysis. Let me see 8 hour if ever there's any information that I might need on the 8 hour time from nothing per se, nothing much. Let me see if I can mark also here. They broke there. After breaking there, they literally came to take out that level as well. So yeah, the way they took out this level here, it's also a good confirmation for sales on the 8 hour. So on the 8 hour, it's actually confirming the same things that we are talking about even from the daily. This whole range here is a selling range. It was actually a selling range from this low, these two candles here. If you check here, that's a low, that's a high. So it's still overall a selling range like this. Go to the 1 hour. Let's see. So any confirmation that you get up there on the 1 hour where the market is there. I remember some of the cells, another cell entry that I have. I remember one of it's actually, I think it's down here when the market really broke this level that it was failing to break. I think it's actually down there, one of the sell, because it's a swing trade, it's a swing entry. I wasn't necessarily worried about this coming back all the way to the upside because those initial entries, obviously, this is also is always bound to happen whereby we pull back before the continuation. So now where it is there, I also like the fact that there's also a confirmation that I can visibly see whereby they took out this law, which is also one of the good signs for sales. So already we have, so there also, I also have entries there. I have entries here. Swing trades, you can have many entries, even after they break here. If I get solid confirmations on the daily, somewhere around there, we'll also have some entries as well. So that's the advantage and the beauty of it. So there on the 1 hour, I like what has literally happened there. I like the confirmation that has literally happened to the downside, which is something like we have something like a shift there to the downside. Let me check 15 minute. On the 15 minute, obviously, the full shift will be confirmed below here. So once the 15 minute fully closes below here, if you're not in the cells, you can even join in on cells there as well. Once we close below there, you can even enter cells. Put your stop loss just here or there, but even here, it's also fine. First tip, you are looking at this, but after we break there, we're looking forward to serious levels to the downside. So for US30 and GU, that's it for next week. That's it basically for this week that we are coming into. Let me see gold. Gold is also having a beautiful structure. NAS, it isn't. NAS now, I'll show you also some of the We also have potential sales to the downside, obviously. The confirmation that I have lately, it's on which time frame? I still need what do you call this? Full confirmation here on the 4 hour to fully change to the downside. But I like what it has done here, where they literally shifted down. Um, so Nasdaq, we're still looking forward for some still more confluences or still more confirmations for the drop. So you Euro USD now, Euro USD, the fact that they haven't fully shifted bearish. Yeah, I was anticipating them to shift bearish, but they haven't fully done it. So if they shift bearish nicely there, 4 hour, 1 hour, even inside there, we'll definitely even take sells on it as well. But our range is still this range. That's our selling range overall. That entire level or that entire zone where it is. That entire zone. I'm looking forward to sells to this level as well as to this level here. So that entire range where it is, which is basically this whole level like this, it's still a selling range or a selling zone like this. So once you get properly on the daily, they fail to shift there. But what I like is that on the 1 hour, if you go to the 1 hour or even 4 hour, they literally gave you those shifts, right? But those shifts were good because they've given you those initial sales. But those initial sales, because the daily hasn't shifted here, that's why they bounced bullish there. So those shifts could have given you these sales. You could have sold there. You could have sold also here. But here now they shifted up, so they can literally buy, maybe play around with that level and again shift. Once they shift again, we take beautiful sales down.